Let us pause just for a breath. Inhale. Breathe out. Do you feel that? A subtle shift, perhaps? In truth, what has drawn you to this space? Was it mere chance? A whisper of intuition? Or could it be a deeper knowing within has guided you here? For let us acknowledge, your presence is not accidental. Your spirit has been seeking, yearning for resonance, for something that truly nourishes the soul. And perhaps, within this very moment you shall find a glimmer of what you seek. Here's where it gets wild. There are some ancient papyrus that talks about people with a crescent moon and the letter M. Not just anyone, mind you. These are the ones with a calling, a mission that goes beyond the paycheck and the daily grind. They say you're watched over, guided, like the universe itself is giving you a nudge. And if that makes your skin tingle, it's probably because it's hitting a nerve. Today's content, we're gonna connect to a profound explanation about weird pain that chosen individuals feel. They're actually a good thing. They're like your body's way of dumping all the old junk, the emotional baggage you've been carrying around. It's like your soul's spring cleaning. And as you let go of that stuff, you're getting more aligned with why you're even here, your spiritual mission, whatever you want to call it. It's not always comfortable, but it's real. Before we go any further, I need to say this: you matter. You scrolling on your phone right now. Whether you're in the quiet of a Canadian forest, Indian, or anywhere else on this impressive planet, Africa, USA, England, the Philippines, wherever you're part of something bigger. We're all here, trying to figure this whole thing out, searching for connection, for growth, for something that actually means something. If you feel that little spark, that yeah, this is for me the feeling, drop in 888 in the comments. And tell me where you're at. I want to connect with you. We're not building a fan base, we're building a tribe. Underneath a velvet sky, where stars shimmer like scattered diamonds, there exists an ancient rhythm that binds all things together. It is here, in this cosmic dance of light and shadow, that we find those marked by two symbols, the crescent moon and the letter M. These individuals are not ordinary, they carry within them a unique blueprint etched into their energy fields, one that resonates with transformation, mystery, and balance. For these chosen ones, life unfolds as both a gift and a challenge, for they are destined to navigate the currents of energetic shifts unlike any other. Their journey is not merely about survival but mastery, a process through which physical symptoms often reflect adjustments in their energy field as it aligns with new frequencies. The crescent moon, symbolizing growth, intuition, and potential, mirrors the ever-changing nature of their inner worlds. Like the waxing and waning phases of the lunar cycle, these individuals experience cycles of expansion and contraction, illumination and introspection. Meanwhile, the M represents movement, magnetism, and manifestation. Together, these archetypes form a powerful synergy, creating a framework for understanding how their bodies respond to the unseen forces at play. When their energy fields adjust to accommodate higher vibrations or deeper truths, the physical body acts as a barometer, signaling change through sensations, discomforts, or even bursts of vitality. This phenomenon is neither random nor chaotic, it is purposeful, guiding them toward alignment with their true essence. For those who bear the crescent moon and the letter M, every ache, twinge, or surge of energy holds meaning. Perhaps it begins subtly, a fleeting headache during moments of decision-making, or an inexplicable fatigue when confronted with emotional turmoil. Over time, however, patterns emerge, revealing the intricate relationship between mind, body, and spirit. These physical manifestations serve as messages from the universe, urging them to listen closely, to recalibrate, and to embrace the flow of transformation. As they learn to interpret these signs, they unlock the door to profound self-awareness and empowerment, stepping fully into their roles as conduits of cosmic energy. To live as chosen one, having them, is to exist in perpetual motion, riding waves of energetic awakening that ripple through every layer of being. Imagine standing on the shore of an endless ocean, feeling the pull of tides. Governed by forces beyond your control. Each wave carries with it a frequency of vibration that either harmonizes with or disrupts your internal equilibrium. For these individuals, such disruptions manifest physically, serving as reminders that their energy fields are undergoing significant adjustments. Consider the sensation of vertigo, a sudden dizziness that leaves you unsteady, questioning whether the ground beneath you has shifted or if the world itself has tilted off its axis. To the untrained eye, this might appear as nothing more than a temporary imbalance. Yet, for those touched by the crescent moon and the letter Gem, vertigo can signal a recalibration of their root chakra, the foundation upon which their entire energetic structure rests. It may occur during periods of major transition, moving homes, starting a new job, or ending a long-term relationship when the need to anchor oneself becomes paramount. The body reacts, drawing attention to what requires stabilization so that progress can continue unhindered. Similarly, muscle tension often arises as a response to blocked energy pathways. Picture the shoulders tightening involuntarily, as though bearing the weight of invisible burdens. This symptom frequently accompanies resistance to change, particularly when fear or doubt clouds judgment. The crescent moon whispers of adaptability, while the letter Gem urges momentum forward, yet the ego clings stubbornly to familiarity. In such instances, the physical body becomes a battleground, forcing awareness inward until the individual acknowledges the source of their resistance. Only then can the knots unravel, allowing energy to flow freely once more. Other symptoms, too, hold significance. Insomnia, for example, may indicate overstimulation of the third eye, where intuition reigns supreme. Those connected to the crescent moon and the letter Gem often possess heightened sensitivity to subtle energies, making rest elusive when bombarded by external stimuli. Conversely, excessive sleepiness could point to depletion, a sign that boundaries have been crossed and energy reserves must be replenished. By paying close attention to these signals, they gain insight into their energetic needs, learning to nurture themselves holistically. For those chosen ones, pressure is not merely an external force, but a catalyst for profound internal transformation. It is within moments of intense challenge or overwhelming responsibility that their third eye, the seat of intuition and spiritual vision, begins to stir. This awakening, though often accompanied by discomfort, serves as a gateway to heightened awareness and deeper connection with the unseen realms. The correlation between pressure and the activation of the third eye cannot be overstated. It is through this sacred interplay that these individuals unlock their innate ability to perceive beyond the veil of ordinary perception. Imagine standing at the edge of a dense forest, where shadows stretch long and whispers seem to emanate from every tree. To navigate such terrain requires more than logic. It demands trust in one's inner compass, a knowing that transcends reason. For those marked by the crescent moon and the letter Gem, life itself becomes this metaphorical forest, filled with uncertainty yet ripe with opportunity. When under pressure, whether due to career demands, personal relationships, or existential questioning, they may feel a distinct heaviness between their brows, a physical manifestation of their third eye opening. This sensation can range from mild tingling to sharp, almost electric pulses, each wave signaling the expansion of their intuitive faculties. This process is not without its trials. As the third eye activates, it brings forth a flood of information, images, impressions, emotions that can overwhelm the unprepared mind. Dreams become vivid and symbolic, carrying messages from the subconscious. Synchronicities multiply, appearing as if the universe has conspired to guide them toward specific paths. While exhilarating, this influx of insight can also lead to mental fatigue or confusion, especially when the individual struggles to discern which impulses stem from intuition versus fear-based projections. Herein lies the importance of grounding practices. Meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature allows them to filter and integrate these revelations effectively. What makes this phase particularly transformative is how it reshapes their relationship with decision-making. No longer reliant solely on external validation or analytical reasoning, they begin to rely on gut feelings and flashes of clarity that defy explanation. A business executive might suddenly pivot strategies after sensing an impending market shift, even before data confirms it. An artist may abandon months of work on a project because an inner voice insists it no longer aligns with their purpose. These choices, though unconventional, prove remarkably prescient, reinforcing their faith in their own intuitive guidance system. Moreover, the activation of the third eye amplifies their capacity for empathy and spiritual vision. They start perceiving the energetic signatures of others, their joys, fears, and intentions as clearly as colors in a painting. This newfound sensitivity enables them to offer profound support and healing to those around them, further solidifying their role as bridges between worlds. However, it also necessitates setting firm boundaries, lest they absorb too much of the collective emotional landscape and risk burnout. The pressure that awakens the third eye is both a test and a gift. It pushes these individuals to confront their limitations, dissolve illusions, and embrace their true power. Through this journey, they learn that intuition is not just a tool but a divine ally, guiding them toward alignment with their highest selves and the greater cosmic plan. To walk the path illuminated by the crescent moon and the letter Gem is to embark on a lifelong quest for truth, a pursuit that hinges upon the cultivation of spiritual vision. As their third eye continues to awaken, these individuals transition from passive observers of reality to active participants in shaping it. Their enhanced intuition transforms into something far greater, the ability to see beyond the illusion, to pierce through the layers of societal conditioning and uncover the underlying patterns that govern existence. This evolution, however, comes with its own set of challenges, requiring unwavering courage and resilience. Consider the experience of déjà vu, that fleeting moment when you feel certain you've lived a particular scenario before. For most people, it remains an intriguing yet inexplicable phenomenon. But for those whose third eyes are fully activated, déjà vu takes on a different dimension. It becomes a confirmation of their multidimensional awareness. They realize that what they perceive as linear time is, in fact, a construct designed to simplify the complexities of the universe. By tapping into their spiritual vision, they begin to access memories stored not only in their current lifetime but across countless lifetimes, gaining insights that inform their present choices. This expanded perspective grants them a unique advantage in navigating life's labyrinthine twists and turns. Armed with foresight, they anticipate outcomes that elude others, allowing them to act preemptively rather than reactively. For instance, a teacher grappling with classroom dynamics might intuitively rearrange seating charts based on subtle cues about student interactions, fostering harmony without fully understanding why they made the change. Similarly, a healer working with clients might sense blockages in their energy fields long before symptoms manifest physically, enabling early intervention and prevention. However, seeing beyond the illusion is not always comforting. There are times when their spiritual vision reveals harsh truths about themselves, others, or the world at large that challenge deeply held beliefs. Confronting these revelations can evoke feelings of isolation or disillusionment, as they grapple with the disparity between appearances and reality. Yet, it is precisely this discomfort that propels them forward, urging them to shed outdated paradigms and adopt new ways of being. One of the most remarkable aspects of spiritual vision is its potential to inspire collective awakening. Those touched by the crescent moon and the letter Gem often serve as mirrors, reflecting back to humanity the beauty and fragility of the human condition. Through their art, teachings, or mere presence, they ignite sparks of recognition in others, encouraging them to question their assumptions and seek deeper meaning. In doing so, they contribute to the global shift in consciousness currently underway, acting as conduits for universal wisdom. The journey of awakening the third eye is not confined to moments of brilliance and illumination, it equally involves traversing the shadowy recesses of the psyche. For those guided by the crescent moon and the letter Gem, darkness becomes an indispensable teacher, offering lessons that cannot be learned in the light alone. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, revealing and concealing its face, their spiritual vision oscillates between clarity and obscurity, teaching them to find balance amidst duality. When the third eye opens, it does not discriminate between positive and negative energies, it perceives all. This indiscriminate flow can sometimes bring unsettling encounters with one's own shadow self, the part of the psyche that harbors repressed fears, desires, and unresolved traumas. During these periods, individuals may experience vivid nightmares, intrusive thoughts, or sudden waves of anxiety. Rather than dismissing these manifestations as mere disturbances, they come to recognize them as invitations to delve deeper into their inner worlds. By confronting their shadows head-on, they reclaim fragmented pieces of themselves, integrating them into a cohesive whole. This process of shadow work is akin to mining for gold. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to get dirty. Yet, the rewards are immeasurable. Each layer of darkness peeled away reveals hidden strengths, untapped creativity, and reservoirs of compassion. For example, someone struggling with chronic self-doubt might discover a wellspring of confidence buried beneath years of criticism. Another wrestling with anger might unearth a fierce determination to advocate for justice. Through embracing their shadows, they transform perceived weaknesses into sources of empowerment. Furthermore, engaging with the darker aspects of their being enhances their intuitive abilities. Shadows, after all, are cast by light. They exist because there is something luminous nearby. By exploring the interplay between light and dark, these individuals sharpen their discernment, learning to distinguish genuine guidance from deceptive influences. They develop an acute sense of timing, knowing when to act and when to pause, when to speak and when to listen. This refined intuition becomes a beacon, guiding them safely through life's storms. Yet, the journey through darkness is not solitary. Often, it leads them to form deep connections with others who share similar struggles. Together, they create safe spaces for vulnerability and growth, reminding one another that no one walks this path alone. In these shared experiences, they witness the universality of human suffering and triumph, strengthening their resolve to contribute positively to the collective. Pain, for those who resonate with the crescent moon and the letter Gim, is never arbitrary. It is a language spoken by the body, a call to attention that demands acknowledgement and resolution. Beneath the surface of physical discomfort lies an intricate web of stored emotions, traumas, blockages, and unresolved conflicts that have taken root in their energy fields. These emotional imprints, often buried deep within the subconscious, act as anchors tethering them to past experiences. When these anchors begin to loosen, pain emerges as a signpost, guiding them toward liberation. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones, each one representing a memory or emotion you've suppressed over time. At first, the weight may feel manageable, even negligible. But as life progresses and new challenges arise, the cumulative burden becomes unbearable. For chosen ones, this metaphorical backpack manifests physically through migraines, joint pain, digestive issues, or chronic fatigue. Each symptom serves as a reminder that it's time to unpack the contents of the bag, piece by piece, until only lightness remains. The process of releasing old emotional traumas begins with awareness. Often, it starts subtly, a sudden wave of sadness during a seemingly ordinary moment, or an inexplicable surge of anger triggered by something trivial. These fleeting emotions are not random, they are fragments of the past surfacing for integration. Perhaps a childhood rejection resurfaces as heartache when a friend cancels plans, or a long-forgotten betrayal echoes in feelings of distrust during a romantic relationship. By tuning into these sensations without judgment, they create space for healing to occur. Yet, confronting these buried emotions is no small feat. It requires courage to face what has been hidden, especially when the wounds run deep. Some might recall moments of abandonment, shame, or inadequacy that left indelible marks on their psyche. Others may uncover generational patterns of suffering passed down through family lines. Regardless of the source, the act of bringing these shadows into the light initiates a powerful alchemical transformation. What was once stagnant energy begins to move, dissolving blockages and restoring flow to their systems. This release is rarely linear. There will be days when progress feels tangible, as if layers of armor are falling away, leaving them raw yet renewed. Other times, resistance rears its head, manifesting as physical symptoms that intensify before subsiding. A common example is the phenomenon of healing crises, where temporary flare-ups of pain or illness signal the purging of toxins, both literal and metaphorical, from the body. While uncomfortable, these episodes are signs of forward momentum, proof that the system is recalibrating itself. One of the most transformative aspects of emotional release is its ripple effect. As individuals clear their own blockages, they inadvertently affect those around them. Families, friends, and communities benefit from their newfound clarity and authenticity. A parent who heals childhood wounds models resilience for their children. A leader who addresses their insecurities fosters trust among their team. In this way, personal healing contributes to collective evolution, creating waves of positive change that extend far beyond the individual. The journey of releasing old traumas is about reclaiming sovereignty over one's inner world. It is about recognizing that pain, while challenging, is not an enemy but a guide. Through this process, those attuned to the crescent moon and the letter Gem learn to honor their stories without being defined by them. They emerge lighter, freer, and more aligned with their true essence, ready to embrace life with open hearts and unburdened spirits. To let go is to surrender not to weakness, but to strength. For those whose lives are intertwined with the energies of the crescent moon and the letter Gem, letting go becomes a sacred practice, a ritual of transformation that turns blockages into flow. Emotional release is not merely about shedding the past, it is about creating space for the present to flourish. This delicate dance between holding on and letting go shapes their journey, teaching them that freedom lies not in erasing history but in integrating it fully. Consider the image of a river obstructed by debris. Over time, the accumulation of branches, leaves, and sediment slows the current, causing stagnation. Similarly, emotional blockages disrupt the natural flow of energy within the human system, leading to dis-ease and imbalance. These blockages can take many forms: guilt over perceived failures, resentment toward others, or fear of vulnerability. Each one acts as a dam, preventing the free movement of life force and stifling growth. Yet, just as a river regains vitality when cleared of obstructions, so too do these individuals experience renewal when they release what no longer serves them. The key to successful emotional release lies in intentionality. It begins with identifying the source of the blockage, a task that often requires introspection and honesty. Journaling, therapy, or meditative practices can help illuminate areas of resistance. For instance, someone struggling with perfectionism might trace their rigidity back to a childhood desire for approval. Another grappling with codependency could uncover a fear of abandonment rooted in early relationships. Once identified, these patterns lose some of their power, becoming less daunting and more approachable. However, identification alone is insufficient. True release involves engaging with the emotion fully, allowing it to express itself without censorship. Tears, laughter, rage, all are valid expressions of the soul's yearning for liberation. Some find solace in creative outlets like painting, dancing, or writing, using art as a vessel for catharsis. Others turn to nature, immersing themselves in its rhythms to facilitate grounding and release. Whatever the method, the goal remains the same: to transform stuck energy into motion, to breathe life back into dormant parts of the self. What makes this process particularly profound is its capacity to rewrite narratives. Many emotional blockages stem from stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we deserve. By releasing these outdated scripts, individuals rewrite their internal dialogue, replacing self-limiting beliefs with empowering truths. A woman who once saw herself as unworthy of love learns to affirm her inherent value. A man burdened by failure discovers the courage to try again. Through this reframing, they step into roles they were always meant to inhabit, embodying their highest potential. Moreover, the act of letting go fosters resilience. Each time they confront and release a blockage, they strengthen their ability to navigate future challenges. Like muscles conditioned through exercise, their emotional resilience grows stronger with use. They become adept at recognizing triggers, managing stress, and maintaining equilibrium even in turbulent times. This adaptability not only enhances their well-being but also amplifies their impact on the world around them. In embracing the sacred art of letting go, those connected to the crescent moon and the letter Gem embody the essence of fluidity. They understand that life is a constant ebb and flow, a dynamic interplay of giving and receiving, holding and releasing. By mastering this balance, they align themselves with the universal rhythm, flowing effortlessly with the currents of existence. While the journey of emotional release is deeply personal, it is also inherently relational. Connection plays a pivotal role in their healing process. Human beings are wired for community, and the act of sharing vulnerabilities creates bridges that transcend isolation, fostering mutual support and understanding. Through authentic connection, they not only accelerate their own healing but also contribute to the collective liberation of suppressed emotions. Vulnerability, though often perceived as a weakness, is actually a profound source of strength. When individuals dare to share their struggles openly, they invite others to do the same, breaking down walls of pretense and fostering genuine intimacy. Imagine sitting in a circle with trusted friends or loved ones, each person taking turns to voice their fears, hopes, and dreams. In such moments, the air vibrates with raw honesty, creating a container for healing magic to unfold. Tears shed in the presence of empathetic witnesses carry a different weight. They cleanse not only the individual but also the collective field, dissolving shared burdens. This principle extends beyond personal relationships to include therapeutic settings, group workshops, and spiritual gatherings. Many find immense relief in working with healers, counselors, or mentors who hold space for their emotional unraveling. The non-judgmental presence of another provides a mirror, reflecting back the beauty and worthiness that may have been obscured by pain. Additionally, participating in rituals or ceremonies designed to facilitate emotional release such as sound baths, breathwork sessions, or ancestral healing practices can amplify the effects of individual efforts, tapping into the wisdom of ancient traditions. Shared vulnerability also dismantles societal stigmas surrounding mental health and emotional expression. By normalizing conversations about trauma, grief, and insecurity, those touched by the crescent moon and the letter M challenge cultural norms that prioritize stoicism over authenticity. Their willingness to speak their truth inspires others to follow suit, creating a ripple effect of empowerment. In doing so, they contribute to a broader cultural shift, one that values emotional intelligence and prioritizes holistic well-being. Furthermore, the act of supporting others in their healing journeys reinforces one's own progress. Teaching, mentoring, or simply listening attentively to someone else's story activates empathy circuits in the brain, strengthening neural pathways associated with compassion and resilience. In helping others heal, they simultaneously deepen their own capacity for forgiveness, acceptance, and love.